Good afternoon, everyone. Like Ms. Bellin said, my name is Meredith Billings, and I'm a third grade teacher at Bybee Elementary in the Gulfport School District. Today, I'm going to show you a lesson on regrouping using addition and subtraction using place value or base 10 blocks. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Did it share? Okay. All right, so what you will need for this lesson, if you are my at-home student, then you're gonna need to have a pencil and a piece of paper or a whiteboard and a whiteboard marker. The first thing we're gonna do is we're going to review our place value, and we're gonna, in this lesson, we're gonna be looking at our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. So this would be what we call an HTO chart, where you could put all of your numbers in expanded form and put them in hundreds, tens, and ones. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a number adding two numbers together using our place value. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw those lines that we just talked about a second ago so I can separate that place value. So my first number is 284. Well, when I expand that out, I'm going to write down all of those numbers that I hear. 284. And then my operation is adding, so I'm going to put my addition sign. And I'm going to add the numbers 373. All right, can I have a student at home use your annotation button? And I want you to tell me what the ones place is. April, if you can use your annotation, and if you could right here, tell me what 4 plus 3 is. Yes, you are exactly right. That answer is 7. All right, now I'm going to move over to my tens place. Now I have two place values in my tens place, 80 plus 70. So that number is actually 150. But like I said just a second ago, I've only got two spots in that place value. So I've got one little number here that needs to go up over into the hundreds place. So now I'm going to add up all of my hundreds place. I have 100 plus 200, which is 300, plus another 300, and that's going to give me what? Mandy, can you tell me what that answer is?
600.
600. Great job. All right, so when I put all of these numbers back together into standard form, I'm going to have 600 plus 50 plus 7. So my answer is 657. And so that's how we use place value when we're adding three-digit numbers. All right, now let's do one that's a little bit harder. Now we're going to subtract using place value in those three-digit numbers. So I'm going to draw my lines again to show my hundreds, tens, and ones. And I'm going to write out my numbers. 752. And then I have 217. Am I just going to put a 1 right here? Lindsay, what am I going to put right there?
You're going to put 10.
I'm going to put a 10 right there. Great job. And then in my ones place, I've got a 7. My operation is subtraction, so I'm going to put my subtraction sign and then my equal sign. Now, I'm going to use my base 10 blocks to help me solve this problem. I already pulled some out because it's going to make it easier. So in my hundreds place, I'm going to have 700. So I'm going to put over here 700 blocks. All right. Then in my tens place, in the top number, Miss Walker, Patty, how many tens do I have?
On the top here, you have 50 tens.
All right, so it's 50, which is 5 tens.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, 5 tens.
Nope, you're perfectly fine. And then, Miss Carol, how many ones do I have?
You have 2.
All right, so we have pull over 2 of our ones base 10 blocks. So now, I like to talk about this as if it's something that everybody loves, cookies. if I only have 2 cookies, can I give you 7 cookies? Anna, if I only have 2, can I give you 7?
No.
No, I can't. So I need to go over next door to my neighbor and see if I can regroup some from him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and, Miss Gunter, how many of these 10s can I regroup at a time?
Can you say that question again? I'm sorry.
I can, absolutely. If I'm going to regroup, how many of those 10s? Can I bring over 3 of those 10s? Or how many of these 10s can I bring over?
Here,
If I'm moving my groups of 10s into the ones place, how many can I bring over?
oh, 1.
Yeah, 1 group of 10, absolutely. So, okay, so now I don't have 50 anymore. I have how many in my 10s place? April, how many do I have?
40.
Yes, 40. And I don't have 2 anymore. Now I have 12 because I take this 10 place value block right here plus the 2 and I get 10. So now, Anna, I'm going to come back to you and ask you this question again. If I have 12 cookies, can I give you 7 cookies?
Yes, because 12 is bigger number than 7.
You're exactly right. So if you take 7 from 12, how much is left?
5 cookies.
You are right. So now I'm going to go to my 10s place. If I have 40, can I give away 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can. And I'm going to end up with how much?
30.
30. Good job. And then I have 700s here minus 200s is what?
500.
500.
Now, I'm going to look back at my place value blocks and see if that makes sense because I'm going to actually take away 2 of these hundreds blocks. So I have 7 to start with. I'm going to take away 2 of them and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our answer worked out. And so we have 535. So my answer for this problem, when I put it back into standard form, is 535. All right, we're going to do one more problem together, and then we're going to let Miss Carol show us how to do it on the board, and you're going to do it at home. Okay, so we're going to, now this time we're going to be subtracting and regrouping across a 0. And sometimes that's a really difficult thing to do because we're not sure where to get our numbers from. So let's go ahead and work on that together. All right, 404. All right, well, I'm missing a number here, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Miss Hoyt, can you tell me what I need to do in this 10s place?
For filling it out?
Yes, if I'm filling it out, what am I going to, if I'm expanding this number 404, what am I going to put in my 10s place?
0, 0.
A 0, you're exactly right. And then in my 1s place, I'm going to put a 4. I don't have anything in the 10s place here, so I have to put a 0 there to hold its place. Now I'm going to expand out 225. 225. And then my operation is subtraction, so I'm going to put my subtraction sign and my equal. Now, I know this seems like this is a lot of extra steps to do, but what it does is it shows you that you're not exactly subtracting 4 minus 2, you're actually subtracting 400 minus 200. So now let's work in our 1s place. If I only have 4 cookies, let me pull them over. Here, and then I don't have any 10s, but then I have 4 hundreds here. So there's my base 10 blocks. So if I only have 4 cookies, can I give you 5 cookies? Can I have a thumbs up if you can or a thumbs down if you can't? All right, so I cannot do that. So what I need to do is I need to go next door. But oh no, what am I going to do? There's nothing there. Anna, what am I going to do now?
Oh, you're going to have to go all the way to your hundreds place since you can't regroup in the 10s.
Okay, so I'm going to bring over one of my hundreds blocks. And now I'm going to, can I regroup now? So what can I do here? I still haven't added anything over to the ones place yet. So I need to break apart this hundreds block, and I need to take one piece away from here. Now, I'm going to add that piece to my ones place. Now, I had 100 here, but I took away one of those tens bars. So now I had 100, but now I don't have that anymore. Now I have, can anybody tell me?
90.
90. You're exactly right, Lindsay. So now I can subtract, because what do I have now in my ones place? I have one tens bar plus 4 pieces, and what does that equal?
14.
Great job, guys. So 14 minus 5. Can somebody tell me what that is?
9.
9. Great job. And then 90 minus 20 is?
70.
And then 400 minus 200 is?
200.
Great job. So if I put all of these numbers back together into expanded form, I'm going to actually stop sharing here so I can show you what it looks like on my screen. If I'm going to put all of these numbers back together, then I am going to have the number 279. So 404 minus 225 is 279. All right, I want everybody to write this problem down on your piece of paper. And then I'm going to pick somebody from our class to come and do it on the board with us. Does everybody have this written down? Give me a thumbs up if you do. All right, great job. Okay, so I'm going to walk over to the board over here. Carol, if you will come join me at the board. And if you will write down in standard form this equation over to the side so everybody at home can see it. Come back a little bit more this way. There you go. Now, we are going to watch her write this number into expanded form. So tell me what you're doing as you're doing it.
I am looking at each digit and where it is in place value and putting it into the correct column for expanded form.
Okay.
So I have 400, 30 or 3 tens, and I have 0 ones in my first number. And then I have 100, I have 6 tens, and I have 8 ones. And we are going to be subtracting.
All right, so I've got some base 10 blocks here that we are going to show to represent our number. How many hundreds do you have?
4.
All right, so here's 4. If you will magnetize them up to the board. All right, and how many tens do you have?
3.
All right, so here's 3 tens. And how many ones do you have?
I don't have any.
Okay, all
So
right.
I'm not going to put anything there.
Okay, now if you will choose another marker color so we can differentiate them. Now, what do you think that you're gonna do?
As you said before, I don't have any cookies. And if I don't have any cookies, I cannot give 8 away.
That's right.
So I need to go next door.
Okay, and are you gonna, how many are you gonna take from over there?
I'm going to take 1.
Okay,
So I'm going to move this one over here. And I'm going to show that I now only have 2 tens left here, or 20.
okay, and now how many do you have in your ones place?
If I break these apart, I have 10 individuals.
That's exactly right. So she doesn't have 0 anymore. Now she has 10 whole pieces in her ones place. So now, if you have 10 cookies, can you give me 8 of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. And how many would you have left for yourself?
I have 2.
I think I won in that scenario because That's right. So if you have 20 pieces here, but you need to give me 60, can you do that?
No.
No, you cannot. So what are we going to do now?
Go next door,
All right, so let's go next door. And who is next door?
the 100.
Okay.
Okay, and so I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to regroup them. So I only have 300 left, and I'm going to move him over there.
Now we're going to use a whole different number this time, and we're going to erase this tens number because that's kind of confusing with all of those numbers there, because I want you to write me a brand new number and tell me what you have right there now.
Since I moved this block over, I have 120.
There you go, because she has a hundreds block and she has 2 tens, so that would be 120. So now, if you have 120, can you give me 60?
Yes.
Absolutely. So what would you be left with?
60.
Very good. Now we have 3 hundreds minus 100. Take one of those hundreds completely away and tell me how many we have left.
If I take one completely away, I only have 2.
All right, so 200. All right, so if you put this back into standard form, what is 430 minus 168?
262.
All right, great job. Now, I want everybody at home to give me a thumbs up if you were able to get 262. Awesome. Now, is there anybody who has any questions about how we did this? Great. Now remember, at home, if you don't have any base 10 blocks, you can always draw little shapes to help you remember your place value block. So you can draw a square for the hundreds, you can draw little bars for the tens, and you can draw little polka dots or little tiny squares for your ones place. So if you don't have those base 10 blocks at home, then you can definitely draw those on your paper to help you figure out your answer. I hope you enjoyed our lesson today, and after you sign off, you will have a short survey about the technology that we've used today. Thank you so much.